Hello and welcome to the Paycom Center in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the site of Game 7 of the NBA Finals. It is upon us, and we are so excited to see who will be hoisting that NBA championship trophy, the Larry O'Brien, for the first time in franchise history. History's going to be made no matter what happens. We certainly hope it's the Pacers, but Eli, what an opportunity. Nothing else matters. The Pacers have pushed the Thunder to 7 games.
It's incredible, and no one obviously gave the Pacers a chance to be in this position. It was the Thunder, basically, since the beginning of the season started, they were the ones that were supposed to be in this position and winning it all. They were 68-14 for a reason, but the Pacers, hey, they've been one of the most underrated, undertold stories throughout the entire postseason, and here they are, as you mentioned, pushing the Thunder to the brink, but also earning this opportunity to be here. They've earned every right. You go back to Game 6, you look at all 3 games that they've won, they deserve it.
They absolutely do. There's no question about it. The way they've ramped up their defensive play, the bench averaging nearly 40 points per game. I mean, it's become an expectation, right? I mean, we expect it night in, night out of McConnell and Obi Toppin primarily. It's been phenomenal to watch how the Pacers have done this. Backs against the wall in Game 6, they get it done. Now a chance here in the most hostile environment in the National Basketball Association, winning on the road in Game 7, the first Game 7 in the NBA Finals since 2016, just a handful since 2000.
Yes.
I mean, this is rare air right here, and you can etch your name in history. These players know what's at stake, Eli. That much was made clear on Saturday ahead of the game. A mature group for not a lot of experience.
I think so, yeah. You look at it as what the Pacers have had advantage all finals was the coaching. Rick Carlisle, he's been in this situation before. Pascal Siakam has won an NBA championship before, so they have that little bit of an edge right there. And, of course, you look at the Thunder. They, of course, have Alex Caruso who won it, but a young coaching staff, and they have a very young team. But they do have the MVP, SGA, who not a little lackluster in Game 6 for him. So, he's coming in here hungry and motivated, like an angry motivated, I would say, heading into this one, in front of the home crowd, too.
The splits with Oklahoma City home and away are substantial as well, primarily behind the three-point line and primarily turning the ball over as well. A couple housekeeping notes here. Tyrese Halliburton obviously played in Game 6, said he was a little stiff, a little sore. He's ramping up. He said he's going to be ready to go for Game 7, as if that was a question at all. To the toughness of that young man right there. His presence is obviously huge. Heard from all the Pacers today, Rick Carlisle, everyone grateful for this opportunity, ready to rock and just hoop, see what happens on Sunday night.
So what's the mentality going into tomorrow for your team? Is it different from Game 6 to Game 7?
It's a championship game, bro. Do or die. So mentality, just you shouldn't have to get hyped to play this game, man. I think it's just the situation is what it is.
Biggest game you've ever played in?
Yeah, I would say so. I played in the FIBA World Cup, as far as a world stage, but this is the stage, of all stages. So I definitely would say so.
Next 24 hours, how tough is it to get to sleep and not think about it, but think about it?
Man, I fall into a routine. Something that's I guess in my years that's really helped me. So just keep doing my same routine I'm doing all playoffs, and then the anticipation is obviously going to be there, but you just roll with it.
You won Game 1 here, so you know what it's like to win here. Do you kind of lean on that to kind of help you out tomorrow night?
Oh, we got to lean on everything we've learned throughout the series and just playoffs as a whole. I think we take everything by game basis, but it's been a long, growing 2 months of the playoffs. So we just lean on our experience.
Miles, you won a Game 7 on the road last year against the Knicks on a different team, different year. Can you draw anything from that experience that might help tomorrow?
You have to. Just the environment, the stakes, everything that comes with it. So. We're drawing the experience that we learned and just roll with the punches.
Well, what do you make of Pascal's kind of two-way performance? Just being able to deliver on both ends and this whole series.
Yeah, he's a champion. He's been here before. He can draw from his own experiences, lead by example, and I think he's done an amazing job of being that vocal leader and just being someone that we can lean into and when the moments are get a little tight sometimes.
Miles, I know we've asked you this a little bit, but just this journey for you, 10 years. I know we've had you reflect on this a little bit, but now to be in a Game 7, can you take a step back and just look at this journey for us?
I don't have enough time. I'll keep it a stack with you, bro. It's been 10 years of experience, but it's all for a moment like such. So I just everything I've been through, everything it's all worth it. To be able to play 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Miles, I'm curious. You guys are one of the more interesting screen setting teams in the league. When you see the screen, is your first goal to just impede the path and make contact on the screen? I know it depends on the type of screen. Is your first goal depending to do you want to make contact with the defender, or are you just trying to make sure he can run the coverage?
I don't know. I can't give you all my secrets, bro. I feel like the whole world just watching a little bit, want to dissect what we do. To answer your question as a whole, I mean, of course, your ultimate goal is to, create some kind of contact. At some point, we're just trying to free up space. I think that's, the goal of any of the screens.
Miles, talk to me about your Kobe. That colorway is amazing. It's a personal edition only for you.
Oh no, he's actually PJ Tucker's. Another former Longhorn itself. So I've worn the Kobe's for the past Kobe 6 for the past 5 years or so. They're just the most comfortable shoe for me, and this pattern just happened to I don't know, just nice and vibrant.
Miles, how much have you leaned on Rick, just knowing that he has won an NBA title?
You have to. I watched a documentary. It's on YouTube of their championship run in 2011. Obviously, I grew up watching that, but you just don't know what really goes into, building a championship team, what goes into the mentality and just how grueling the process is. So, it's you have to lean on his experience, and yeah, man, it's the most fun time of the year.
Do you have switching teams obviously? Do you expect any kind of early game jitters with that team coming out tomorrow, knowing the weight of the game?
It just depends. I think that guys, you dream of these moments and whatnot, but guys like ourselves, we've been in Game 7s before, or a Game 7 before, so the stakes weren't quite as high, but you have to just lean on that do or die mentality. And honestly, the past 3 games for us have been Game 7s, so I think that and now it's just all for the marbles.
All right, thanks, y'all.
Yep.
So, Game 7, it's here. What are your feelings, mindset after Game 6 and just going into this?
Excited, ready for Game 7, ready to go out there and leave it all out there for 48 minutes.
What did you learn about this team after last game? I mean, you know about this team and what
Yeah.
it's all about, but that was pretty resilient.
We're a resilient group, and we just understand that we got to go play our game and do us, and, everything will work out.
What's it going to take? You felt how it feels to win in this building. It's not like you haven't, but what's it going to take? I mean, it's
A full 48 minutes, man. Full 48 minutes of hard play, effort, doing the little things, and just understand it's just going to be us in the building. Yeah.
It's been 9 years since the last Game 7 in the NBA Finals. As a lover of basketball, what does it represent for you to play at such a big stage?
It's amazing. Yesterday I went back and watched some of the Cavs Warriors Game 7 just to feel the moment and understand how special of an opportunity that we have tomorrow.
Do you have a favorite Game 7 memory, something that can prepare you for tomorrow?
I just watched the Game 7 Cavs Warriors, so obviously the Kyrie shot is huge.
At what moment do you remember when you realized that Andrew was tough as nails and one of them guys? Was it like an early moment?
Yeah, first year. First year we played together. Andrew just brings the same demeanor every day, in and out. So, he's just doing what he's been doing for a long time.
Do you think people underestimate him? He doesn't look like a guy like that.
Yeah, he's a quiet, nice guy, but yeah, he's a killer at heart. Yeah.
I don't know if you have to pick just one moment of the whole finals. Probably you have another one to pick tomorrow. Answer that, but until now, which one would be? Be on the court or off the court too.
Of the final, it'd be Tyrese' game winner than Game 1. Yeah. That one and our dominant win in Game 6.
And now I notice your tattoo. Can you explain me this tattoo, the 1% material?
Yeah. So it's for those who can't see it, it's a battery. It says 1%. Battery is because they call me AA here in Indy, so AA battery. And then the 1% is just be 1% better today than you were yesterday, and 100 days you'll be 100% better.
Thank you.
Can you show us again, tell us again what that's about?
So it's a battery. AA is what they call me in Indiana. So AA battery, and then the 1% is be 1% better today than yesterday, and in 100 days you'll be 100% better.
How is your battery?
It's 100%. Yeah, it's ready to go. Yeah.
You need another tattoo. You need to do another one.
Yeah, we need another.
100%.
Yeah. We will. Yeah, when we win.
Aaron, one of the bigger storylines of the playoffs, the finals, even of your team, is the 2020 draft. It weren't so much hype around it beforehand, but now you guys proved that
it was a good draft.
Yeah. What would you say about it, and also who's the most underrated guy from that draft in your opinion?
Most underrated guy, Tyrese, obviously. And it was just you know, it was an interesting year because it was a COVID year. So we didn't, as a class, we didn't really get to, you know, hang out and compete against each other in draft workouts. But yeah, man, we just proved that we were a good class. I don't know what else to say.
Anybody from the draft that you didn't play with, not on the faces that you kind of really like?
I'm a real, probably Anthony Edwards. Yeah, good player.
Aaron, how do you deal with the pressure of a Game 7? I know every finals game is big, but this is for a chance to lift the trophy up. And I'm sure it's probably different for everybody handling pressure like this, right?
Oh, that's what we live for, you know? It's just basketball at the end of the day. We just understanding the moment and realizing you're just going to go out there and play 48 minutes, and 48 minutes will come and go like that, and you just got to give your all for that.
It's that simple? You're able to block out what this game means?
For now, yeah. I mean, I'll feel the jitters, you know, before tip-off and once the arena fills up, but, you know, I'm going to enjoy it.
How about that Game 7 against the Knicks last year on the road that you won? Can that factor in? Can that help you guys? Can you draw anything from something like that?
It's just experience. You know, we've been here before. And like I said, just understanding the moment and understanding we're going to be the only ones in here rooting for us. And, you know, we thrive in that environment, and we like that.
Defensively speaking, what impressed you most about last game? You guys had them flustered, forced a lot of turnovers, and played to your favor.
And we just stuck to our game plan, and we did it for 48 minutes.
Honestly, not trying to think about it too much. You guys have probably heard me say this 1,000 times. I'm just trying to go out there and do my job, and that's really it. I'm not going out there and listening to the external noise. I'm just doing whatever it takes to help our team win.
But how does it feel to be this important for the team at this stage, at this moment?
You know, I just got to give credit to my teammates and this coaching staff. Rick and his staff have empowered me to just play my game, and when you got teammates like I do, it's easy to go out there and just play basketball.
That might be the easy part, but the hard part is maybe to get 2 feet on the ground and don't the stadium goes wild, and then all the conversations start. Even the MVP final conversation starts about you. Like, how is it to keep your feet on the ground like that?
Just blocking out the noise. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. Like I said, just try to go out there and inject energy into the game and get our guys going and do my job.
TJ, how much have you enjoyed the kind of chess match, especially defensively, and as a mind of a coach, like how much enjoyment do you get out of those tweaks?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best part about playoff basketball, and especially playing in the finals, just the adjustments and the changes that teams make. When you've got 2 amazing head coaches going against each other, like Mark and Rick, you know, they're obviously going to make adjustments, and they're great at doing it. So it's, you know, it's, as a fan of basketball, it's cool to see.
Do you have a favorite Game 7 memory that touched you about this moment?
Not really. Kind of just trying to stay in the moment and not look too far ahead, not look behind, and just trying to prepare for tomorrow.
TJ, just how much of a dream is it, though, to be in a Game 7 on this stage?
I mean, it's something I think all of us dream about as kids, obviously, and you know, I think for me, just not getting ahead of myself, and for our team not getting ahead of ourselves, just like I said, staying in the moment and preparing for the moment tomorrow.
Can you take anything from that Game 7 win at New York 1 year ago? Can that experience help you at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think experiences can obviously help, but we're a different team. We're playing against a different team, so we kind of just can't really pay attention to that type of stuff, and like I said, just prepare for tomorrow.
Is there a difference in reading for how that moment What's the challenge in doing so on the road for Sunday?
I mean, I just think the atmospheres are different, obviously. Crowds give you a little bit more energy, a little bit more burst. You know, we're going to be practically alone tomorrow. You know, this crowd here in Oklahoma City is amazing. It's going to be really loud, so we're going to have to be ready.
TJ, we caught you walking out with Thomas Bryant. You guys were praying, I think, looking at how important has faith been for you throughout this whole time?
It's something that I've leaned on very heavily. Something that means a lot to me and my family, and you know, wouldn't be here without my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So it's something that I lean on a daily basis.
Have you seen Rick, Jenny, all the coaches take their game to another level throughout this, and in what ways, if so?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a great staff in general. who do a great job of fixing things that we need to fix, but also empowering us to do what we do well. And it's been amazing to see just how, the growth of not only our players but our staff. I can't say enough good things about them.
DJ, you are living proof that the fundamentals of the game are very important. What advice can you give it to all the kids that are trying to do fancy teams in basketball?
I think for me, it's just blocking out all the negativity, not only in basketball but in life. People are going to say you're not good enough to do something, and you kind of just got to block that out, put your head down, and go to work on a daily basis and outwork everybody.
You talked about staying in the moment like this. Like it's NBA Finals Game 7. It's a big one. How intentional do you think yourself having to be about that if you're not longer thinking about what could be at the time?
Yeah, I feel like if someone says that their mind doesn't wander, I think they're lying, obviously. It's about reeling yourself back in and getting yourself back to the preparation and all the stuff we're trying to do to try to go out and win. Obviously, your mind's going to wander. You're human. But just bringing yourself back in and saying, the moment, stay in the moment right now and worry about the future when it's there. I wouldn't be here without my dad, so it was a special moment. Cool to see him, kind of be out there and be a proud dad. He wasn't truthful in what he was saying, but that's my dad, so I love him, and I'm just happy that he gets to experience this.
TJ, your team, doesn't really have that quintessential 1A guy. Pascal's leading you guys in scoring, but he's had some huge games. But just maybe his ability to kind of assert himself when you guys need it, like you did in the first half, and other games, hook it off the ball and let other people do their job.
I think that's the best thing about Pascal is what you just said. When we need him to be assertive and go get us a bucket, he has the capabilities to do so, and he does it at a high level. But if he sees someone else is playing really well, he willingly takes a back seat and lets them go, and that's the type of person and teammate Pascal is. And it's something that doesn't get talked about enough. He's an amazing teammate, amazing player, and when you talk about a team player, that's who he is.
Because sometimes, maybe he doesn't, people are looking for 28-point a game guys. That's got to be the guy, but it doesn't obviously have to be.
Yeah, I feel like he also understands on this team it could be anyone's night on any night, and when you got a selfless guy like that who also is leading you in scoring, it's you can't put a price on that.
You talked a little about the experience of playing in Game 7, how it is different, but what are some things that you have to experience about playing in one that you wouldn't know if you don't know these sports?
It's just, I think how important each possession is. You obviously know in playoff basketball in the finals, every possession matters, but we got to leave everything we have on the floor, give everything we have, and let the chips fall.
TJ, I know you're not looking ahead, but what would it mean just to win this thing and hoist that trophy, considering what you guys have all gone through as a group?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but we're really not trying to look ahead to that. Obviously a great feeling, but just trying to stay in the moment and get prepared for tomorrow. Yep.
What did you guys really like when you went back through the film, and what are some things you could even do maybe even a little better in Game 7?
I think we liked the connectivity of our group. I think we did a good job of extending the series and playing together and playing a full 48 minutes.
And anything you saw that maybe you could even improve upon in Game 7?
Anything we saw that we can improve upon in Game 7? I think there's always little adjustments on little mistakes we made in coverages. We just got to clean those little things up.
How much have you seen Rick and his staff elevate their game as much as you guys have throughout this whole playoff experience?
Yeah, I think they've been elite ever since I've gotten here. Their adjustments are huge, and we trust them a lot.
How much were you looking forward to maybe this challenge of being the primary defender on Shea and the spotlight? And did you let yourself think of what that might be like, and what's it been like?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a very, very tough challenge. He's a guy who's been one of my toughest guards in the league, and I'm always excited about those competitive matchups, you know. And these are the times where you get to show those types of things, and yeah, it's fun for me. It's fun. It's fun.
Just asking TJ this. Typically when you talk about 1A guys on the championship teams that are putting up that numbers and all that, Pascal is leading you in scoring, and he's had some big games in your run, but maybe just that ability to assert himself like he did in the first half versus other games he's allowed other guys to step up. What's that say about him?
No, I think it says that he's all about winning. I mean, he will put his personal agenda aside at any time to win the game, and I think that's what he's shown ever since he's gotten here, and he's done a great job of shining as well as letting all of us shine together. I think that's when we're at our best, you know. Yeah. How many times am I practicing my shot? I mean, every day I think I'm trying to get in the gym and practice. It's coming to fruition now. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say ours. I mean, us against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. That was an incredible atmosphere and a moment that I love playing in. Yeah.
How normal do you feel right now going into a game 7 of the finals? Does it feel normal at all? Have you been able to keep away any unwanted emotions?
No, it feels good. It feels as normal could be. I mean, I'm excited about this opportunity. I know it's going to be a big environment and it's going to be a lot of emotions, but I think we're all just ready to hoop and just enjoy the hoops. Yeah.
You mentioned last year's Game 7. How much does that experience help going into this, and how, even if it's not in the finals, how much you put into the experience of Game 7?
Yeah. No, definitely with some rising emotions and just feelings towards a Game 7 like last year, and I think it does. Experience always helps, you know, in these situations, for sure.
Has this been the loudest road venue you've been at during the playoffs?
Yeah, it's up there. Cleveland was pretty good. Shit, a lot of these teams are really good, but I think Indy's the best.
What's been the difference or the difficulty in creating turnovers at home versus on the road?
Say it again?
The difference in creating turnovers at home versus on the road.
For them or us?
For you, what's been the difficult part of that?
I think in those games they allowed us to get sped up. You know, little things, just not getting, maybe playing a little emotional with the crowd. We just gotta be, you know, even keeled throughout the whole game.
What do you think made you guys as good at doing it in Game 6
In creating turnovers? I don't necessarily think our plan is to like create turnovers. We just gotta be solid and kind of flew around and end up falling into those, you know, a little bit.
What about dealing with the pressure of, I know every game is big time pressure. Can you put it out of your mind what you're actually going to be playing for tomorrow and just play 48 minutes?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think a lot of us feel as much pressure as you think we feel. Yeah.
Andrew, the Athletics did an anonymous players poll, and we asked players what teams they thought would make it to the finals, and you guys were in the top 8 to win. What did everyone get wrong about this?
I think they don't feel the togetherness, the connectivity, and the continuity we've had over the last 2-3 years. I think that plays a big role in us having success. You know, our coaching staff does a great job of putting us in the right positions, and we play hard, we play together. And I think teams around the league, the players actually that play against us, they know how tough it is to beat us. So, yeah.
What can you draw from that Knicks 7-game series last year that you were able to win on the road? It's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, a lot of highs and lows. A lot of times where it seemed like we were out of it. They went up to almost 3-0, and then we came back. Just the way we stayed together and played hard and didn't really look up at the clock. Just played together and let the 48 minutes speak for itself.
Teams playing really hard to get a win. Like I said, it's been a while since both teams got a championship. So for us to play against each other in the Game 7, it's going to be good basketball.
how helpful was it to already have like an elimination game for you guys? You know, now that you're both here, it's win all, take all, but you guys already have an elimination game win under your belt.
Yeah, that last game, we didn't want them celebrating on our court, so we understood the assignment. We understood we had to come in here, be dogs, and get that job done. And now it's on to Game 7. We got to do the same thing we did in Game 6 and get the job done.
Knowing they now have that mentality, they don't want you guys celebrating in this building. Are you expecting them to bring even more than they typically would?
For sure. They're in their building. They definitely gonna have the crowd's energy. But we wanna celebrate on their floor. We wanna be the guys that celebrate on their floor. So we gotta go in there with the same mentality we had in Game 6 and get the job done.
Do you have a favorite Game 7 memory?
Do I have a favorite? 2016, that was Kyrie's step back, right? Yeah. On the wing, yeah, that was probably the coldest one for sure.
For sure, you'd say silencing New York fans.
Knicks last year's, yeah.
Oh, wait. I thought you was talking about the finals. This is any Game 7?
Yeah, any Game 7.
Yeah, probably New York last year then. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Obi is sitting here 3 games apiece. The point differential total is just 7. It's been ultra competitive. What kind of respect do you have for them and this series, knowing that so many people are watching? This is going to go down as one of the best series ever.
Yeah, I mean, they're a great team. We're a great team. It's 2 young teams. I feel like we're kind of showing the world it's like different basketball now. It's about hey TJ. It's about 2 teams just going out there playing extremely hard and everybody, including the guys on the bench, coming in here and making an impact. So, yeah.
It'll be well earned whoever takes this championship, won't it?
For sure, definitely.
How much pride does the bench unit, you mentioned it, that's given this team such a lift this series, the whole playoffs too.
Yeah.
How much pride do you take in that?
A lot of pride. We can't wait to get in the game and bring the energy that we do and impact the game in a great way. Like having great guys like TJ and Ben Shep and Matherin, everybody coming off the bench, like we come in the game and know the type of impact we can make. And so we just go out there and play good basketball.
How tall is TJ?
He is 6 foot.
You're shooting the 3. Andrew's a really quiet guy.
Yeah.
But how is he? Because you know behind.
Yeah. He's quiet to the world, but he be talking his. Nah, let me stop. He's a great guy. He's definitely like a silent assassin, though. You don't hear him until you get out there on the court. When he's out there on the court, everybody knows what he's doing out there. So he's huge for this team and got one more game. Got to get the job done.
Obi, you see this on.
Who? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. He's always going to guard the best player. He's always going to take the charges, do little things that's just going to help this team win. Like, he doesn't have to go out there and score 30 to help the team. Like, he always does the little things that helps us get through, and so we appreciate him a lot.
Reflecting on your journey, you're 1 win away from a championship. You must have done so many things right. What do you congratulate the most about? What are you the proudest of? And what's your advice to kids and people who dream one day to be here?
Most proud of just being here, obviously in the finals and doing it with this team. Advice, just work extremely hard at whatever you love, and keep doing it until you get to what your goal is. But yeah, we're just super proud to be in this environment and definitely, hopefully, to get that win.
You are shooting the 3 really good this series. What did you do in the off season to be a really good shooter in these finals?
I don't know. I just feel like put up a lot of shots. I don't feel like I changed anything. It's just put up a lot of shots, shoot with confidence, and earn the trust of players, coaches, so I can go out there and just do what I do.
Repetition.
Yeah, repetition. That's it.
You only can pick one moment of the whole finals. Just one. Which one?
It hasn't happened yet. Nah, hasn't happened yet. So I ain't gonna change that answer. It's whatever's gonna happen in Game 7. It's going to be the greatest.
The last 2 months,
Yeah.
your squad has provided a ton of dramatic moments, but I wonder, beyond your team, how much of the playoffs did you watch along the way, and is there a moment or a series outcome or a game that had you just being like, holy shit, this is...
Like, that I played in?
No,
In
around the
general?
league, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Being a part of it and playing in it has opened my eyes about the playoffs and finals and stuff. Like, you learn more being in the fire. So I've learned a lot, especially in these playoffs, what it takes to be great and move on. So we just gonna continue this trend and hopefully get this win tomorrow.
Favorite pre-game meal? How do you envision tomorrow? Best way to take care of your body too?
Favorite pre-game meal? I don't know. I have a great chef. Shout out Chef Josh. He just cooks amazing meals every game day. So I don't have a favorite. We really change it up a lot. Usually some pasta, something gets me going. Good carbs. But yeah.
Last question.
Hey, at the end of the anthem, you always go and rock the rim. Is that a superstition? And when did you start doing that? Does it get you hyped up or what?
I had this question before. I don't know when I started doing that, but it's been a while now since I was doing it. And yeah, every time the national anthem's about to end, I just jump up there just to get the legs warm and going. Make sure I still got it.
I try to hit the bottom of the net. No, I'll get there. You will.
Thanks, Obi. Just what's your mindset going into this game, winner take all?
Just going out there and playing as hard as I can.
Yeah. You guys have won here before. It's not like you haven't. What can you take from that game, if anything? And I mean, you know, Aaron's talking about it's going to take 48 minutes. Just being who you guys are. Is that kind
Sure.
of? Yeah.
I feel like no matter what happens after the game, everybody gets to go home. It's whether you're going to be sad or you're going to be happy. You know, I'm trying to go home happy, which means that you know, we got to give it our all. We got 48 minutes to play Pacers basketball, and we're going to be champions.
Ça fait 9 ans qu'il n'y a pas eu de match numéro 7 en finale de la NBA. Est-ce que tu es capable de sortir du jour en toi, puis juste en tant qu'amateur de basketball, d'apprécier à quel point c'est excitant pour tous les amateurs de basket de la planète, le match qui arrive demain soir?
Bien sûr. C'est un gros match, ça va être un gros match demain. Je trouve il va se passer beaucoup, il va y avoir beaucoup d'émotions, mais il faut rester concentré. Puis ça fait partie de l'histoire aussi.
Ben, just what does it mean to be in this situation, knowing that what you guys have gone through, just to have this opportunity in a situation like this?
It means everything. You know, as much as I want to enjoy the experience, you know, I have one more game to stay focused, and then I can brag about everything else I want. But you know, it's really 48 minutes. We got one more day. Get to go home, get back to the hotel, get my rest, and be ready for the game tomorrow.
With the mental and physical demands of this series, how has your approach to the game changed?
You know, you get to live and experience a lot of things. You know, as long as you stay in the playoffs, you get to live those moments, and you don't take none for granted. So you get to learn, and that's the most important thing for me is just growth. You know, growth and learning.
And when you're like at that brink of exhaustion mentally and physically, what is keeping you going?
Just knowing that people would kill to be in this situation.
The bench has been such a lift for this team, not just this series, but the whole postseason. How much pride do you take in that?
You know, it's been great, man. I think everybody get to go out there and perform. You know, it can be anybody's night, and I think we have to take this to our advantage.
Je te relancerai là-dessus en français avec 8 gars qui ont marqué au moins 200 points depuis le début des séries. Évidemment, peut-être une grosse partie de ça. À quel point c'est une fierté d'être peut-être l'équipe avec le plus de profondeur de l'histoire de la NBA.
C'est bien. Ça représente qui on est en tant qu'équipe. Et you know, c'est quelque chose qu'on accomplit en équipe. Et il faut continuer à accomplir plus de records.
Le match de demain, c'est un inconnu même pour Siakam, pour tout le monde en fait, un match numéro 7 en finale de la NBA. Est-ce que votre approche a changé? Qu'est-ce que vous avez appris des 6 premiers matchs qui vont pouvoir vous être utiles là, pour demain soir?
Je trouve que c'est une très bonne question, mais ce qui s'est passé dans les 6 premiers matchs n'a rien à voir avec le dernier match. Parce que là, c'est 0-0, c'est un match. C'est 48 minutes qu'il faut avoir, qu'il faut rester concentré et jouer le plus fort qu'on peut.
What ways has Rick and the coaching staff stood up in the way they've elevated their game in these most important times, just like you guys?
I think we have the right coaching staff for it. We have a lot of people that we can go to and ask questions if we're unsure of certain things, and I think that everybody's willing to help and everybody's committed to the same goal.
Ben, I think you guys are the first team in the playoffs in NBA history to have 8 guys who have scored 200 points start a postseason. How much is that a microcosm of the mentality that you guys have had where everyone can step up?
You just asked me this question in French. It's great. Like I said, we have to use it to our advantage. We have a lot of guys. It can really be anybody's night. Just to go out there and perform. And we have to keep the main thing, which is winning. And I think that the rest will take care of itself.
What's the next 24 hours look like for you, personally, mentally, physically, nutrition, sleep?
You said it yourself, man. Sleep, eat, wake up and be ready to play. No, nothing too crazy.
And what would it mean to hoist that trophy here tomorrow night?
It'd be great, man. I'll be glad to answer all your questions tomorrow after I hold it, but for now, I'm just trying to live in the moment.
And have you been in touch with Lou or Andrew at all during this series?
You say Andrew?
Andrew or Lou, either of the...
And Nemhart.
Andrew Nemhart or...
Oh, yeah, my teammate.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry, Shay.
Oh.
My bad.
No.
Nah. Keep track of it.
Nah, no worries, man. Nah, not at all, man. It's just about us. It's about the team.
Are you looking forward to maybe reconnecting one way or the other afterwards?
For sure. 100%. As much as this is a competitive era, this is a competitive moment. Lou's still my brother. He's not my brother till, we're playing still 48 minutes. But as soon as we're done, no matter the results, I'll be glad to give him a big hug and know that, we achieved history and this is a great moment for our community.
How big is this for Quebec?
This is very huge, man. This has never happened before to have two Montreal guys, 2 Haitian kids, and be in the NBA Finals. So no matter what happens, it's going to be one of us to win the championship.
Est-ce que tu peux parler de ton support familial, tes amis depuis le début des séries, pas juste de la finale, à quel point ça a été spécial de partager ça avec eux et d'avoir leur soutien pour pouvoir garder la motivation de remporter le championnat?
C'est bien d'avoir du monde qui, le monde qui sont là, ma famille, mes amis. C'est quelque chose de bien qu'on va gagner et de pouvoir partager ces moments avec eux.
Ben, I know you guys all want to win it for each other, but for Miles in particular, with his journey, now to have a chance in Game 7, how special would that be to win it for him?
It would be amazing, man. He's been in the league for 10 years. He's never been this far in in his career. So I told him that you just forget about everything that happened before. This is the game of your life. I'm not trying to put pressure on him, but trying to make him understand that we get to achieve history.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks. 48 minutes. That's what it's going to take on the floor to determine who will win their first ever Larry O'Brien trophy. Some things that you're wanting to see, I guess, in Game 7 that could put the Pacers in that position at the end.
The bench has to do what they've been doing. Like I said in the open here, it's become an expectation. TJ McConnell, the Energizer Bunny, Obi Toppin really elevating his game, especially behind the three-point line consistently. That's something that's great. Ben Shepherd's been given great energy, good minutes, and Benedict Mathurin, wouldn't mind seeing a 20-piece out of him.
He's due, it feels like,
right?
to be honest.
Seems like he would be super impactful in this game. And then turnovers for me.
Yeah.
When the Pacers force turnovers, they get on run, they get going, and when they turn it over a lot, that's how OKC gets it going. Primarily here at home, that crowd gets going, and then games get away from Indiana.
Right.
Cannot happen in a Game 7. I anticipate it being a rock fight, and someone's going to pull away down the stretch. What about you?
Yeah, so I thought turnovers is obviously the big thing. So in Game 6, the Thunder just looked lackadaisical when it came to running the offense. The Pacers did a couple different things defensively. Usually we've seen them full court press, kind of get them to rush that way, but instead they waited for them to cross half court, and then they attacked them, and it sort of threw them off, and I don't think the Thunder expected them to do that. So what happened? They turned the ball over 21 times. 16 of them were steals alone. So, and of course, T.J. McConnell, we've been talking about him the entire time. He had like 4 or 5 more of them. So, yeah, he's been all over the ball. Keep hand guarding SGA. You know he's going to get his points. But then it comes down to guys like Lou Dort and Jalen Williams, who were a little lackluster in the last game as well. So, and also Chet Holmgren. You can't forget about him. Stick to your guns and just play how you've played all season long. That's what the Pacers have harped on. And if they do that, give them a good chance in this one.
Whoever can do what they do better is going to win. It's as simple as that. It's going to be all sorts of fun. You know the Thunder are going to bring it. Pacers got to match it. At the end of it all, the Larry O'Brien will go to someone for the very first time. Pacers or Thunder, Game 7, Sunday night. Eli and I will be there. Catch up with us on air and, of course, right here on WTHR+. We'll see you there, and we'll hope the Pacers can get it done for the first time in franchise history.